Alright, welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. Be the first episode recorded this year. Alright, it is the first part of March. And so what I want to do today is I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to make my own planting soil. Rather than go to the store and buy some, I decided what I'm going to do this time is to try and make some. So what I got over here, this is some dirt I've dug out of the garden. Now, anytime you dig dirt out of the garden, you're going to have some weeds in it. You're going to have a little bit of weed seed in it. And then what I'm going to do is I want to mix it all in here with some of my compost that you see behind me, right here. And again, it's going to have a little bit of weed seed, some junk in it. So what I've got is I've got a little frame here that I've had for quite some time. And it's nothing more than some 2x4s. Nothing more than some 2x4s with some, I guess that's 1/4 inch screening, or what they call hardware cloth. Alright, just nailed it to it, and this is my little filter, so to speak. The idea being, it's one thing to get seeds in your dirt, but it's another thing entirely to put whole roots, particularly from the torpedo grass we get around here, which I do have some in both the compost, and I also have some in my garden. All right, so, and what we're going to do is try and do equal parts of dirt and compost. So we count that out by shovelfuls. Doesn't have to be exact, obviously. And then just move it around on top of your screening. And most of the small dirt will go through, leaving the chunks on the top. Now, don't do this with wet dirt. A little bit damp is okay, but it's really hard to push mud through there. Kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, so once you get that all shook down, you're left with something that looks like that. A bunch of the bigger stuff. Probably could get a little more out of it, but that's alright. And we don't want to waste that. That's all going to be part of your compost. Alright, that's what I got out of the garden. Now let's get some compost in there. And again, I'm going to try and mix it about half and half. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then same process, just kind of wiggle it around, shake it a little bit, and we get all the small stuff to go through. So once again, what you're left with is the big chunks of stuff that hadn't quite rotted down yet, hadn't broke down. You can see some of what I make my compost with: eggshells, coffee filters, etc. I'm going to take this again, put it back on the compost pile, and then let me show you what we come up with. Smell like compost. Alright, so what you're left with is a nice, fine, very loose dirt with not a lot of chunks in it. Now, chunks are a problem when it comes time to planting stuff. Like, I'm talking in particular like tomato seedlings or various other seedlings, because they have to work around that. So I'm just going to mix all this in. Now I got some good stuff that I can plant all my little seedlings in, and I didn't have to go out and pay for dirt at your local big box store or Walmart or what have you. Now don't get me wrong, until you get some good garden dirt built up and a good compost pile going, buying dirt is not a problem. You're getting composted soil, preferably organic. Eventually that's all going to go back in your garden, I would assume, and that can't do anything but help you out. But here, essentially, I probably got, I don't know, it's about 4 inches deep. So that's a good solid bag of composted garden soil. All right, so now you see what I want to do this year to make my planting soil. Should you do this? That's up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm going to try and show you what I do, and we'll see how it works out. So this is what I'm going to use for planting soil this year, and hopefully we'll have some good results, because I don't plan on buying any other, but I think we should be good to go. Thanks once again for stopping by Jim Bob's Garden. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and most importantly, give me comments. Let me know what you think, or how you do things, and I'll look into it and kind of see what works the best. All right, thanks once again.